Hello chat, hello YouTube, hello Twitch, hello Kick. Yes, I'm multi-streaming. Say hello in the chat. Did I just get, oh my god, I just got, I just got spam from Twitch. I literally just got spam from Twitch. Hello Ansh. Oh my god. Oh, welcome to the back rooms. I'll need to, hello in the chat. Hello Mr. and Mrs. Linux. Hello Donald Dank. Hello Guardia. Yes. Literally already getting scammed. Okay, there's a bit of a delay, but it should be fine. I've got the chat on a different screen, so I should be able to see you to see you a lot. Interestingly, I'm not seeing the YouTube chats going on the screen. Not clickbait? It isn't. It's literally not clickbait. I'm literally in the back rooms, as you can tell. Okay, there we go. The chats are starting to show up on... Maybe I should do something like this, so that there's... So there we go. So there's a bit more room for the chats. You guys thought I was gonna scam you. You guys thought I was going to scam you, and this is not going to be in the back rooms. This is literally in the back rooms. This is one of the cheapest places I could find in Porto on short notice. My door literally doesn't have a handle, which is really funny. Okay, so is it hot there? Not yet. It's about to. It's about to get really hot in here. I think it's like 26 Celsius right now. So not yet, but it's about to get real crispy. I booked a different place with air conditioning because I think it's gonna get like 37 Celsius, and I do not want that to. I don't want to deal with that. Don't get it isn't clickbait. Don't get Sylvan Franklin. I mean, obviously I'm not gonna... I can't believe, like, literally the first comment is just spam. That's kind of funny though. But yeah, we're in Porto, we're in Portugal. It's actually really nice here. It's not too hot yet. But how is everyone doing? Tell me in the chat, how are your config files doing? Are they doing fine? How is everyone enjoying their It is a Monday, isn't it? Yeah, it is Monday. I kind of lose track of time sometimes. One of the many joys of being entirely freelance. Is Europe burning, by the way? Yes, it is. Not where I am right now, fortunately. But I think it was like 40 Celsius in Berlin recently. I was watching a live stream by Velkas. He's the Finnish femboy, for those in the know, and he's traveling Europe right now, and apparently it's like 40 Celsius in Berlin. ThinkPad is toasty. It would be if it was actually turned on. I'm not using the ThinkPad right now. I'm just on the MacBook. I know. I shameful. About to 420 Blaze. Not me. I mean, I can tell by your name, but not me. I'm a good boy. Unironically, I've never done anything like that. Actually, unironically, a good boy. But that's just because it's a ThinkPad, not because of 40 degrees Celsius. Yes. They do get quite toasty. GCC or CLang? GCC. It's just what I use. I mean, have I tried Clang? Maybe. Isn't Clang default on Mac OS? Isn't that the case? It's illegal in Germany now. For a second I wasn't sure where you were. Okay, so that's fine. Good for you, I guess. I've talked about this before with Sylvan on a podcast that we did. I've never done anything that's like mind altering. I've drank alcohol. I've smoked cigarettes a few times, but I've never done anything that alters my state of mind significantly. The reason being that I really like the way that my mind works, and I'm concerned that if I do anything like that, it might alter my mental chemistry in a way that I might not like. Intel gang. I'm using an M4 Mac right now, so I guess I'm not part of the end. I mean, I do have my ThinkPad right there, so sort of one foot in the Intel gang, one foot in the other. But yeah, like I'm interested to know what chat thinks about this, because I'm curious how many of you do actually. Don't be too specific with what you're saying, obviously, but I don't know. Like, I think it's quite normal for people to take mind-altering substances now. It's just not something that I'm interested in doing. I really like my state of mind. I think I'm quite creative. I think I'm quite sharp, and I'm concerned that if I did any of these substances, that would go away. Like, it's possible theoretically that it might enhance it, but it's a lot more likely that it would actually harm my state of mind. And so I'd rather just not take the risk. I hate how my mind works, but I love how much it upset Linux nerds, so I'm not changing. Can you I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you tell me more about what you mean exactly? How, in what way do you not like the way that your mind works? Because I mean, I don't know. I really like how my mind works. I think my videos are a mind-altering substance to Linux nerds. Do we class content as mind-altering? I mean, it can be. If you're enjoying this, if you were bored before and now you're enjoying me ranting in the back rooms, then maybe this is mind-altering. Poor Little Monkey, Mr. Linux is hero we need. Is he the hero you deserve, though? Alcohol harms my state of mind more. It makes me tired and gives me a headache. Yes. I quit drinking alcohol when I was 18. That's when I quit. Eastern Europe for you, by the way. I remember I was so bored in school. School was because it was so easy and it was so much nonsense that I would get drunk at school. I do not recommend doing this, by the way, but I had a little flask with rum. Usually I quite liked rum. So I would just drink in between classes, and I still somehow got really good grades. I still got like I think I had like I was like top 30th grade in my school out of like 500 kids. So even when drinking rum all throughout the day, I still managed to get good grades. Mind-altering content, Wiggles finger at camera. Let's talk about it. Yes, I used to drink quite a lot when I was a teenager, and then I was invited to a birthday party. This is story time, by the way. I'm about to overshare. I was invited to a birthday party, and I was placed right next to the bottle of Jack Daniels, which was a mistake for many reasons. I remember blacking out about halfway through the bottle, and I have very disparate memories from that night. I managed to reassemble what happened. Apparently, I got down on one knee at one point and I proposed to the mother whose birthday it was. She said no, thankfully. However, her husband was next to her when I did that. Although I don't think he wanted to fight a 6'1", 18-year-old built like a tank. So, and then the next day I woke up on the floor of my living room and I thought, no, I need to stop doing this. I've been drunk twice since then, mostly in my early 20s, and then I stopped drinking alcohol pretty much entirely like 26. Hello again, Mr. Bronze Giant. Hello, Birdie. I had to delete yesterday's stream, by the way. I had to, because I realized there was such a terrible idea to live stream anywhere near a beach. Even the park that I was walking through, there were people sunbathing, like women sunbathing half naked. If I would have just accidentally turned the camera towards them, that would have been like bye-bye. So it was a very fun stream, but I had to remove it. I'm becoming very bronzed, very, very bronzed. I'm tanning like crazy. Soon I won't be allowed into Agartha if I tan much more. 500 students, I don't know. I assume that's to do with the comment that was retracted. Did the Nivea check clear? It hasn't, because I took down the stream and they were like, bro, listen, if you want to get paid, you gotta leave the stream up. But here's the thing. The handful of people, like the 20, 50, 70, 80, 100 people that watched the stream yesterday, you guys were an exclusive club. You're the only ones who know about the Nivea sponsorship. No one else does. So for now and forever, you will be part of Nivea gang. I've spoken. Yeah, so I didn't drink for years, and then I came, this was on my second trip to Portugal. This is my third time in Portugal. My second trip to Portugal, my Airbnb host had like a little dinner, like specifically for me. And she managed to pressure me to drink like a little bit of white wine. So technically I had a bit of alcohol then, but otherwise I just don't drink alcohol. I don't do any substances. I don't even drink coffee. I don't know, kind of like I will drink Coke when I fly because I just want to reserve that energy boost. Full sugar, none of that sugar-free stuff, just full sugar Coke, so caffeine and sugar basically, and I'll drink that when I fly. Other than that, no. Be honest, you took the stream down because Sylvan Franklin is now the only authorized sponsor of Nivea, so that he can open a Nivea sponsored video with the tagline, "What's creamy?" Yes. that would have been such a great. I should have been like, hey, can I use What's Creamy for my Nivea sponsorship? That's actually fantastic. I missed out on that. See, you guys should have. You should have. I mean, you were there yesterday. You should have said it. Should have been like, hey, you can steal the. You know. Sylvan could have sued me, but now that we're doing a podcast together, technically we have the same lawyers. So, how would that have worked? See, now we're thinking. Oh, it's actually getting a little bit hot, but I think it should be fine. What's streamy? That could be that could be my version. Or it could be what's steamy, right? Because what's that McSteamy in Grey's Anatomy? He also has white hair or something. So that that could be my thing. He does the what's creamy and I do what's steamy. Oh my god. Nivea is the next guest on Based Academy for sure. Bro, we have so many cool people lined up. You don't even know. It's so exciting. Is that a green room? This is the back room. It's yellow, like the back rooms. We just got our first stream donation. Oh wow, it's exactly over my face. Perfect. We just got our first stream donation, bro. Oh my god, Birdie. That's 10. Is that Polish? something, something, some compensation bronze mogger for the IV deal. This is a perfect first donation. Oh my god. Can we get a clap in the chat for Birdie? Well done. First stream donator ever. Epic PLN donation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Polish something. Based Academy, yes. So, you know, we have so many guests. We did we filmed an interview yesterday or day before. There we go. The claps are coming in. Well done, Birdie. 10-year plan, Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, that's what it stands for. Was PLN currency. What is that? What is that? It is Polish zlotych. Yeah, so it is Polish. I knew it. I knew it. Hey. Based Academy. So we have. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil the guests, but we have. We just did an interview with someone who's very knowledgeable when it comes to low-level stuff. I'll say that. He was really fun to do the episode with. And then we have another guest. We're filming tomorrow. Airbnb upgrade incoming. Yes, I should have. Man, I should have like a donation goal on the screen saying like Airbnb upgrade like $69. I will never financially recover from this decision. How much is that actually? How much is 10 PLN? €2.33. Man, that's actually like some chicken. Thank you. I'll buy some chicken with that. I'll buy some Nivea with that actually. We didn't get low level academy. It's not him. Although we hope to get him eventually. Also, he literally does have an academy called Low Level Academy, of which I am a member. That's creamy. That is very creamy. What does 07 mean? I don't know what that means. Yeah, but it's not low level. Because here's the thing. Like, Sylvan has a lot of really good connections, and we managed to get some really cool people. Actually, the person yesterday was I'm the one who got him on, but the next person is also Sylvan. We're hoping to work our way to some really big people, but it's just gonna take a little while, you know. 07 is a solution. Oh, is it like? Okay, that's really cool. I like that. Just tell Claude to one-shot an app, you will be rich. I'm missing out. This is the meta, clearly. I'm just missing out. I'm just being silly. If only I knew to do that, I wouldn't have any financial difficulties. I'd be able to get like really nice Airbnbs. I actually had to spend so much money over the past week. It's not even funny. I'll make a video. The next video on the channel, probably tomorrow or something, maybe even today, is going to be about that. They got Theo to talk about the mall of the week. Sorry, the O. That's his actual name, I believe. You have the connections now. Well, I guess technically, because I've met these people now, so technically I have the connection as well. But I don't know. Well, we wanna do a mix of things. We don't just want to have big people on. We want to have like small people on as well, because it's in the spirit of the Based Academy of the website. The spirit of it was to try and highlight small creators, and we thought, okay, well, we want to get a bunch of big people on to drive some attention to the podcast, and then we can start peppering small people throughout to try and get them some attention. I met Ginvail Coldwind on a conference recently. He is the GOAT in my industry. It was fun to chat with him for an hour or two. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Can you tell me? Connections mogging. Well, I mean, Sylvan connection mogs me because I guess by extension I become more of a connection mogger myself as I meet these people. But obviously, so far Sylvan connection mogs me. Hello, what? How's it going? Donald Dank, you should get Half-World on the podcast. Yeah, we should. Maybe that's gonna happen soon. Who knows? That's what I'll say about that. There might be some plans. There might be something going on regarding that. Who knows? We'll see. I have the worst poker face ever, by the way. In case that wasn't obvious. He was working at Google as a security engineer for a long while and was leading one of the CTF's teams in the world, one of the best CTF's teams in the world. He has a bunch of CVEs under his belt. Interesting. That sounds like a really cool person that we might want to have on the podcast. Do you Well, I'll have to talk it over with Sylvan as well because we're co-hosts. But without doing anything right now, do you have his contacts? Do you reckon he'd be interested in being on the podcast? Let me know if you do have his contacts. I don't know. I want to speak to Sylvan about it first because we try and talk about these things before we invite people on. But that sounds like the kind of cool person that we want to have on, because we want to. It should be mostly. You can ask him on Discord/email. Okay, I will do that. I'll look that up. Invite Tony, by the way. Which Tony are you referring to? I don't know. I can let you know. Yeah, I mean, if you want to send me his contacts over email, otherwise I can look him up. Don't ask him yet because I still need to talk over with Sylvan. But that podcast with George Hotz, man, that's a dream guest. That's one of the, like, we have a list of people like already. I mean, to be fair, already everyone that we've had on has been a dream guest. The person that we had yesterday or the day before, I wanted to get him on for like quite some time. I couldn't believe we got a big box suite for the first one. But George Hotz, so they were both like dream guests. George Hotz is absolutely a dream guest. We want to try and get Jonathan Blow on. I'm Jonathan Blow maxing right now, actually. I mean, who knows, right? Tony, by the way, I don't know who that is. I'll have to look up that person. I don't know who Tony, by the way, is. Just interview Linus Torvalds. Easy. Very easy. I email him. He's like, send me your code. Send me your GitHub. I do. He rips it apart. He's like, this is terrible amateurish work. I would never come on your podcast. You should talk to Robert Elder. I don't know who that is. Man, I feel so unprepared. Robert Elder, Tony, by the way. Let's see. I'm just doing real-time research right now. Creating quick and painless Linux tutorials. Okay. Robert Elder. Journalist, author, and film columnist, Outrider Foundation. Is this the same? Am I looking at the wrong Robert Elder? Maybe. I think I am. I think I'm looking at the wrong Robert Elder. There's a Robert Elder who's Yale School of Medicine. Probably not him. Although, to be fair, the guests aren't going to be entirely like we're going to have a general technical flavor to the podcast, but I think we want to get people on who are also more into like that we want to learn from in terms of more than just technical knowledge. So, for example, I haven't discussed this with Sylvan yet, but I would love to get. So there's this Twitch streamer called Velkas, known as the Finnish femboy. He's very charismatic in a way that is quite rare. And I would love to get him on to talk about charisma and about personal, like interpersonal skills, because I think we could learn a lot from him. I think that might be a fantastic stream, or fantastic episode, but we'll have to see. Robert Elder Software. Actually, Sylvan knows Tony. They've been on podcasts together. Oh, okay. Yeah, he looks familiar. He looks familiar. Yeah, I mean, if Sylvan knows him, then it shouldn't be too difficult to at least to invite him on. Obviously, I don't know if he's going to say yes or not. No, there is a Robert Elder Software on YouTube. I just came across it. So that is the case. I just found him. But yeah, so the podcast might take an interesting turn. It's going to remain technical at its core, but like I want to cover a lot of things that are interesting, like philosophy, like sort of behavioral science, or at least charisma from like that kind of point of view, because I think it's important. I think people, especially people in tech, tend to underestimate the importance of these things. Is it true that the bubble is about to burst? I have no idea. I don't think anyone knows. You can make funny clickbaity videos about it, and I might make some more, try and cash in as much as I can on it, but no one knows. And that's the thing, like no one can really predict the future. People have conspiracies about how there's people controlling everything. Maybe, I mean, the other conspiracy theory is that there's no one behind the wheel. And like there's no grand plan or anything. People are just kind of acting out of fear, putting their money here or there because they don't want to lose it. And these patterns tend to emerge over time. So whether the bubble's going to burst, I don't know. I mean, I think it will burst at some point. I don't know when. I don't know if it's about to. What I don't like about the bubble is the fact that it makes software engineering jobs more miserable, because if they force you to use the AI even if you don't want to, and that's really the problem. Regarding Ginevor, you can check out his talks. He has given out one recently at conference in Krakow about reverse engineering a game in order to beat the speedrunning world record. Interesting. Okay, I need to look into that. Would love to see Magical Bat. Again, I don't know who that is. I'll have to... This is great. I'm getting a second donation. Round of applause for Birdie. Magical Bat. Who is that? Why C still matters in 2026. Let's go. Yeah, this is the kind of person. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I will cover the donation. I will cover your face with donations. It is in a bit of an awkward spot, isn't it? But that's kind of funny. I like that. You should interview a going outside expert to your community. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I do tend to go. Look at my tan, bro. Look at my tan. I am a grass touching expert, actually. So that's already handled. I saw a video of Linus. I understood wrong. Maybe he thinks AI is a new abstraction. I'm confused about what he thinks about it as well, because it's like, okay, so initially he was like, nah, none of this. It's garbage code. And then he tried it out for some pedal effect. And then he's like, okay, yeah, who knows if he's pressured from like companies to allow it. I don't know. But I hope he doesn't view it as a new abstraction. Although I know that a lot of people do. Well, seems like both OpenSI and OpenAI and Anthropic have their best models literally cancelled. I know Anthropic got their model cancelled. Did that happen to OpenAI too? I've kind of another donation. Poor little monkey. Here's some real American money. Sorry, Birdie. I think poor little monkey mocked you with his American money. Oh my god. JK. That's really funny, bro. I didn't know they got their model cancelled. I'll have to look into this. I've been kind of avoiding some of the news recently because I had a kind of a rough week that I haven't spoken about yet. But I kind of I think we should make either like applause the meme or maybe like maybe this. Maybe we should make this the meme. So like when this, and then I'll show you. What if we do this, right? Did that show up? So like it's like the finger pointing in the eye. So whenever I get a donation, I do the meme. Maybe that can be the the response. But I've been avoiding the news because I've just had a lot on my plate. That's why I didn't make too many videos. Hello, Arav. News are that tests on their platforms can reach 750 tokens per second. That means exponentially more expensive models. Yeah, I mean, I've spoken about this before. I think that the real cost of AI has yet to be revealed. I think that the models are still partially subsidized. Like, I don't know. I don't think they will just release that information immediately, or that the cost immediately. I think that it might just be like a gradual thing. Another donation by Birdie. Hug your burger, man, and poor little monkey. Oh my god, guys, this is really funny. Oh, now the American got mocked. What are we gonna do? Only applies to ChatGPT 5.2 and Mythos latest models. Yeah, I mean, but I think that the cost, I think they're still partially subsidized, and of course, with every new model, even if they're better, they just use a lot more tokens. And so, if that's the case, which it looks like it's the case, the cost of these models becomes greater and greater, and it's difficult to know just how much any task is going to cost. It's just like magical number. It's going to cost whatever it costs. Hey, it would be interesting to see you and Franklin do tea-sorting on the podcast. My free favorite tech schizoid on the interwebs. Another dream guest. We just wanna get like yes, applause. Very nice. We just want to get like, we have so many people we want to get on the podcast, and also, oh my god, I forgot to do the thing for the donation. We want to get so many people on. Tea-sorting is an absolute dream guest. We'd love to get him on. I will have to see if Sylvan has the connections. Otherwise, we just have to grow the channel a bit more to be able to just contact people like that. Linus is too much of a boomer. Compliment. complement to really care about AI. I think that's the case, but he's allowed it in the kernel. So, what does that mean, right? Intellectually, yeah. That's what that is. 30-year plan. Wiggles finger. Let's talk about it. T-Sorting doesn't do interviews. That's my concern. I don't think I've ever seen him do an interview. Maybe he'll do one for a fellow Eastern European. Maybe if I go, Tovarzysz, comrade. This is me speaking to him. Tovarzysz, we have podcast. Yes, me and Sylvan Amerikanski. He's okay. Don't worry. We get him on. You come on. We talk about computer. We talk about, and I can do this voice because this accent because I'm Eastern European. I'm allowed to. I won't get cancelled. Don't worry. We talk about computer. Yes, we talk about Linux, C assembly. We have good time. Yes, that's gonna be my pitch to him. Get Lewis Rossman, bro. Again, he's so massive. I've been watching him for years. I was watching his live streams when he was playing. Was it Dota? Dota or the other, whichever one it was. Like back in the day, man. I was watching his videos where he played the Dark Knight music through speakers, not even layered into the video. Transylvanian Uber dev cannot walk on the streets of amazing and beautiful, hot, sunny Porto City. Chats start to wonder about why old vampire vibes start to rumble on the net. Don't tell them, John. Keep it down low. Although I will ignore the fact that I did that literally yesterday. The video. Man, it was so crazy. Live streaming in front of like thousands of people. People were just walking by. I was just like this, talking to internet autists. It was incredible. I need to do that a lot more. I don't know how Lex Friedman got people like Elon back in the day. I mean, maybe there was just goated connections. Maybe it was just a lot easier to do that then, because Elon didn't have as much of a presence online. I think he was starting to try and build his brand, and there weren't that many podcasts, like tech podcasts. Also MIT. So who knows? You simply get multi-million sub YouTubers I mean, we got a big box suite. I did joke about us being Sylvan being feds. That's how we got him. So, what are you waiting for? I mean, what am I waiting for? We just don't have the connections to get all these people yet. I saw yesterday's stream was amazing. Thank you, John. It was. I wish I didn't have to delete it. It's just because I went to the beach, and I was just afraid that I might have accidentally. I don't think it happened, but there's some chance you could accidentally film someone who's a bit too naked, and then you get banned. So I thought it was a really fun stream, but it's not worth risking the channel over it. I should be a lot more judicious going forward about these sort of things. I should be a lot more careful about them going forward. I think Next Freedom got Elon on his podcast because he worked at Tesla. I mean, if he worked at Tesla, then there you go. That's literally the answer. Jeff Gerling or Zach Friedman on the pod. I don't. Jeff Gerling sounds familiar. Zach Friedman, I don't know who that is. Lex Friedman worked on the car automation stuff. Okay, then there you go. That's literally how it happened. How should I learn C language and build a strong foundation? Any books or doc recommendation? Yes. If you go to my GitHub, go to my channel, or go to speakmachine.link. It's my actual, I make like a little link tree type thing for myself. Go to my GitHub, go to the books repo, and you'll find it's the books that I've written, but if you look in the README, there's also a link to books that I've read. And there's programming books that I've read so far that you can find on there. There's a lot of really cool stuff on it. But if you want to learn C, just start programming C. It is pretty much the advice. That's how I did it. Just pick a project that is somewhat outside of your comfort zone. So if you can, if you can program, if you can write a program that can, I don't know, pass through a document, figure out something that is 30% more difficult than that. Not too difficult so that you become demotivated, but just difficult enough that it's a challenge. So, if you can pass through a document, how are you providing the link to this the path to this document? Is it hard coded in the code? Okay, cool. Maybe you should learn about providing arguments. So maybe you should learn about command line arguments and how to provide them and how to handle them in C. That would be like a next logical step to that. So just pick figure out where you're at, and then find something about 30% outside of that. Lex Fridman is a little billionaire. Okay, I'm not gonna. Let's keep the chat wholesome, Chungus, please. Just learn how to write a for loop and assembly. It's using Go 2. I know it's so interesting, isn't it? When you're like, oh, there's no for loop. It's just you have to you have a conditional and then you go back to it's really cool how it works. AI viewers stream. Bro, is that another Twitch? Did I just get another Twitch scam? Oh my god. By the way, I'm multi-streaming. So I'm doing YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Obviously, most of you are on YouTube right now, but I'm getting like scam comments on Twitch already. I think Lex Fridman. Okay. Again, let's keep that stuff like let's simmer that down because I don't want to get banned. Speak has his spicy links all in one place. Yeah, that's where my spicy content is. Although I don't know, I could do like I could say your name in a ASMR way. If you pay me, right, I can go like Birdie OXF, poor little monkey, something like that. That might be funny. Just saying, is a domain you can own for $200. Hello, do you work as a programmer? I am a recreational programmer. I enjoy doing it as a hobby. I'm a video editor professionally. However, I do want to get into the industry professionally. The problem is that right now is the worst possible time in human history to do so. Ragebait. That's the domain. I think a good way to learn is by following the history of how these things develop. Start by making simple Unix-style CLI tools like you're in 1970. Yes, 100%. That's what I did. I mean, that's why I made Vraya, a spell checker in C. By the way, the name is a joke. It's a pun because in Romanian, the word for magic spell is vraja or vraja. And so I thought, okay, I can call it Vraja, but then I can spell it Vraya because it's just also smoother. But yeah, I mean, even just you can recreate your own core utils, right? So if you use, because every core util is just a wrapper around a system call essentially, right? So if you want to do remove, you can literally look up the remove system call, and you can just make your own version of it. You don't have to make a fully fledged clone of remove, just something that's close enough, or something that's useful to you. So if you only use like recursive and force as flags, you can just implement that functionality. Sylvan Franklin incoming, second vestibule type channel incoming. No, I would you ever get one of those AI robots that can do chores? So one second, let's just address the was it compromised again? He said in the video that he didn't care about it. It's still up on YouTube. So he didn't get hacked again, but what may have happened is he changed the name of the channel, and that might have gotten flagged, so he can't post for a little while until that gets sorted. So it wasn't compromised again. It's just it seems to be like because last time I checked, the channel is still up, and so it might just be an automated system that did that. Would you ever get one of those AI robots that can do chores? Not really. You see, when you get one of those, that encourages you to have more chores to give it, right? So it's kind of like how bureaucracy exploded in complexity when the typewriter came round, because all of a sudden you could create more bureaucracy at very little cost, right? If you buy two cars, you want to get a bigger garage and a bigger house to have where to keep it. Like, I think that creates the wrong kind of incentive to have that, and so I wouldn't want something like that. Because I would never own a house big enough to require an AI robot, even if it was fully local, even if it was fully trustworthy. I'm not interested, because I don't want to have a big house. Even if I make millions of dollarinos or Polish money, I still wouldn't want a big house, and so I wouldn't have any need for it. I'm a CS undergrad from India. Should I focus on DSA, lead code, or development? Everyone I see is using AI and web coding stuff. I'm seriously confused. Please help me out. It depends on what you want to do. I mean, if you want to get hired, you should do some lead code, unfortunately. I'm not a fan of lead code, but every job interview that I've seen or participated in had some element of lead code. So you should do some lead code. How much? Depends. I would argue that you should just focus on being good. Just become a good developer. And the lead code is, it's not like every problem is different. It's all the same stuff, but wrapped. It's like the same fundamental knowledge, just assembled slightly differently. Even LLVM now accepts AI contributions. When is it gonna end? I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I want to work as a developer, but all of this is so worrying, because developers are going to be the ones who are going to have to fix this mess. And so, unironically, what T-sodding is doing might be the meta. Like, just have a podcast or become a live streamer, and just you can code for fun. Another donation, buddy. Your Polish money, man. I assume you're a man, probably a man statistically. Thank you so much. Unironically, I really appreciate this. Yeah, so I think that the meta might just be to become a live streamer and program for fun, program on stream and make videos like that. I think that might just be the meta going forward, at least until things calm down with the whole AI stuff, which it might do. I tried to recreate ls in C. Now I'm trying to recreate find. Yeah, ls is a really good one. I mean, I use ls-la pretty much every day, and so that's gonna that's a really good way of doing it. Just recreate the tools that you use, and only recreate the aspects or the flags that you personally use. Sylvan Franklin's story arc is crazy. I mean, I think it's such an interesting, like, how things line up. Like, he just happens to look like a famous celebrity who's popping off, and there's Dune, and computer nerds are really into Dune, and it's such a planet, sort of like stars aligning kind of thing. Is crazy. Speak, are you going to use Jai when it comes out? I would love to have a look at it. I really like Jonathan Blow. I was actually watching his podcast with Wukash before jumping on stream. I played Braid. I can't wait to play Order of the Sinking Star when it comes out. I might actually do I might actually play it on stream. I might even play Braid on stream, actually. QWERTY or Dvorak. I use QWERTY. I tried some alternative. I tried Colmac DH. The problem with Colmac and any kind of sort of setup like that is that I don't really see much of a return on that in terms of, like, I was trying Colmac when I was writing my first novel, and I was like, I'm wasting so much time trying to get used to come back to my typing speed in Colmac. There's no real point to this. Let me just go back to QWERTY. Favorite science fiction novel? Oh my god. A lot of them. I mean, God Emperor of Dune is unironically probably my favorite science fiction novel. That being the fourth book in the Dune series. The first one is phenomenal, but the fourth one is where a lot of the story really starts to culminate, and some really cool stuff happens, and you understand, you learn more about the nature of Muad'Dib. You learn more about, without spoiling anything for those who haven't read it, Paul is not the hero of Dune. He is in fact somewhat of a coward. The burden that he had to carry falls to someone else, and that someone else has to pay the price for it. It's a very interesting. We should read the series. There may not be a point in. I mean, if you really like it, read all 6 of them. If not, just the first 4 are the best. 5 and 6 build up to the 7th, which never happened because the author passed away. LSLHA gang here. So coding is the new pyramid scheme. Learn to code so you can make money by creating a podcast. Teach others how to code. Some people are doing that for sure. What I'm doing is more of like edutainment. I don't think that, like, if you want to be good at programming, I don't think you have to do it as a profession necessarily. I enjoy doing it regardless. I've been doing it as a hobby for years. You don't have, like, it doesn't have to be a profession. Although I'm sure that there are people, there will continue to be people who do it as like a pyramid scheme. I'm completely obsessed with programming, but the idea of making it a job sounds awful. Recreational programming is peak. That's my feeling right now as well. Like, the jobs right now suck. You have to know so much more as a junior now. You have to know as much as seniors used to know. You have to use AI for everything, and there's so much that's expected of you in that, even as a junior. Having the knowledge isn't necessarily a problem if you're just autistic and you like computers, but the using AI all the time is the problem. That's what I don't like. We need to calm down doom sci-fi scenarios. People affected from it, and here we have today's lame AI. Yes, a lot of the AI doomerism has been exists as a result of science fiction. I don't blame the authors who've done it. I get it. I mean, essentially, AI in science fiction is just a placeholder for God. That's essentially what it is in many instances. It's just this almighty being that humans have managed to create, right? It's a very seductive notion to talk about in science fiction. I completely get it. But yeah, it is being weaponized by marketing people right now to try and make more money and sell product, right? Like the reality is that I don't think AI is going to have the impact that people say it's going to do. If you look at crypto NFTs, there was the exact same meme around it, right? It was like, everything is going to change everything, Web 3.0, it's all over, we're going to have smart contracts, and blah de blah. If you don't buy crypto right now, bro, you're cooked. It was exactly the same doomerist nonsense, and none of it is true, right? I mean, what are NFTs doing right now? I have no idea. I don't have any crypto or any NFTs, so I unironically wouldn't even know. I have to decommission myself from the stream. See ya, Bronze Giant and gang. See ya, Birdie. Man, thank you so much for the donations. That's crazy. That's actually really crazy. Thank you so much. But yeah, like, I want to get started with my new novel. I have a science fiction novel coming up. There is an AI element to it. There is an AI in the story, primarily because there is an AI in the first book, and it's a tie-in with that. So this is the origin story of the real person behind the AI in the first book. Although I think there's an interesting twist to it. We'll have to see. I might do the first portion of the writing on stream. Maybe that might be interesting. Can you list a few good low-level projects that can be built using C, small to large projects? I mean, as we've said before, so for like simple stuff, recreate aspects of core utils that you like, ls, rm, whatever. Just try and recreate how they work. Look up the API calls, or look up the system calls behind them, and then implement those in code. For large projects, I have a spell checker. You can have a look at it on my GitHub if you want. Speakmachine.link. That's a lot larger, it's a lot more complicated, and bonus points if you come up with your own algorithm for it instead of looking up how to do it like I did. Like I came up with my own stuff. So those are some examples. Although the best example would be something that's useful to you. Figure out a tool that would be useful to you and make that. That's a lot more impactful in your resume, in your CV, because then you can talk about it. You can say, I had a need for this tool, I couldn't find anything that quite worked, and so I made my own version of it. You can do that. As you know, Sylvan Franklin, would you say Dune is a pretty accurate origin story? Yes, he is destined to become the ruler of the known galaxy. It's pretty accurate, yes. Someone on Twitch said, hey, what's up? Can you reply me on chat because my headset is not working right now? You know what? Sure. That tickled me. I don't know why. I still believe in blockchain. Blockchain boom was lame, but it can turn out to be a very useful technology someday, maybe. The technology itself is interesting. I don't know if it was supposed to be. I don't know if it was supposed to be used for internet money necessarily, but crypto at least feels like a solution looking for a problem. That's a sentiment that I gender reveal on 50k subs. Okay. I mean, I am quite fat, so I have pretty large breasts. So maybe, okay. Minecraft stream when? Honestly, probably pretty soon. I would actually love. I played Minecraft. I bought Minecraft in 2000. Can you hear that? Let me just. Oh no. Okay, it's done. I bought Minecraft in 2009, and sorry, let me just Romania. I think you can see the Twitch chat, right? Where are you from? Yeah. I bought Minecraft in 2009, and I played so much of it. Damn, gotta go. Great stream. Ciao. See you later, Mr. and Mrs. Linux. It's kind of fun to just like this. Is this like a bot? Am I about to get scammed? Sorry. So where was that? Yeah. So Minecraft. Yeah, I need to do a Minecraft stream at some point. That would be funny. I haven't played it in years. I'm curious how it's changed. It's probably worse now than it was back then. Rosie, nice to meet you. Well, I'm from US Texas. Are you new to Twitch? Am I about to get scammed? Which is funny because a Romanian is asking a Texan if he's about to get scammed. Yeah, there we go. Well, I have something good for your channel. If you want, I can share it. Bro, so many scammers on Twitch. Oh my God. But no. Okay, yeah, okay, sure. Anyway, what game should I play? Like, what games would you guys want to see? Because I want to play Minecraft. I want to play Order of the Sinking Star when it comes out. I want to play Braid. I want to play Oxygen Not Included. That one's really cool. It's like a super autistic game. But that might be interesting. GTA 6. I should do Half-Life 3 as well while I'm at it. Come into my van for some candy. Oh my God, bro. I think. Sorry, I don't need candy. They are selling AI-made assets for your Twitch profile. Yeah, that's my assumption. The moment they said that their headset is broken, I was like, bro, that's really funny. This is clearly a scam, but let's see where this leads. I don't need AI-made assets for my profile, thanks. It's interesting, they just troll like low viewer streams, and they just like, hey, do you want to buy our assets? Factorio will be interesting. I've never played it, but it is like, I want to stay in like the autismo sphere with video games. I think that might be interesting. I'd love to play. There's these games, I can't remember what their name is right now, but 4K scalp review when right now. That's my scalp. Look, there you go. It was free as well. You didn't have to pay. Yeah, there's these games where it's like they're programming games. So I don't want to launch Steam right now, but it's like something EXA, where you have these little machines and you control them by writing pseudo assembly essentially, and it's like a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game type thing. W scalp. Thanks. It's the hair's thinning a little bit around here, but what can you do? What can you do? Let me just reply to Rosie. Not interested in buying assets. Thanks. Order of the Sinking Star. The demo is really fun. I think I'm gonna play the demo. I can't play it. Like I was waiting for the demo to drop, and then I realized, oh my god, it's Windows only. So I might have to like do a VM and play it through that. Zackathon games maybe. Is that the one that I was thinking of? No, it wasn't. EXA. I can look at Zackathon, but programming game. What's it called? Exapunks. Exapunks. I was thinking about Exapunks. Is that Zachtronics? Yes, that's it. It's Exapunks, and it's also the embedded game as well. Okay, I have them. I've played some of them, but I need to make a video on them. How to stay consistent and not get distracted. That's a toughie. That's a toughie because the secret is to kind of curate what it is that you watch. This idea that you just shouldn't watch any content is kind of impossible now. But you can curate what it is that you watch, right? So if you're going to watch stuff, you should watch maybe some more long form stuff. Stay away from shorts. Stay away from playing video games for too much. Like if I play video games, it's all I can think about for like the next few days. We want more Omachi video, bro. I watched one. It's amazing. Thank you. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I can make some more Omachi videos. There is TIS 100 and Shenzhen IO as well. Yes, I played a bit of Shenzhen IO. What's TIS 100? Let's see. Yes, I have. I bought. I think pretty much every programming game that Zachtronics has. So I have all of these. That would be really interesting to do. I don't know how many people would respond to that kind of content, but we'll see. The Unhook Firefox extension blocks shorts and sidebar on YouTube. Yes, you can. It helps to block out some stuff. I definitely block shorts. It's complicated because sometimes shorts are funny. Like there's some channels like Sylvan has really funny shorts, but yeah, Messi or Ronaldo. I do not watch football. Although I'm in Portugal and I've been informed that apparently Ronaldo is from Portugal. So being that I'm in Portugal right now, I should probably say Ronaldo. There you go. I don't even know what these people look like. Like I know the names, but if I had to guess what they looked like, I wouldn't. I can't. I don't have a mental image of them in my mind. Sui? What even is that? I don't know what that is. It's very cryptic. I don't know what sui means. AI or human? Well, I am very much on team human. I don't know what other team you could be on. Best life lessons. Ooh, let me think about that for a second. Ronaldo single-handedly built iShowSpeed's career. I mean, iShowSpeed is the archetypical normie. I don't get iShowSpeed. I've seen clips because I do enjoy the Twitch sort of community, and I don't get iShowSpeed. Twitch feels so vast. Like there's disparately different content creators on there. Like there's Primogen viewers and iShowSpeed viewers on the same platform. But nothing against iShowSpeed. It's just I don't enjoy his content. There is tons of good programming games. The Farmer was replaced, and Hacknet is very fun as well. I think I played Hacknet. Also, I played Uplink back in the day. Man, Uplink was more of a hacking game, but I played so much of that. The Farmer was replaced. What is that? It's a drone with the farmer's hat on it. Oh my god, bro. Interesting. So I assume you have to program the drone to do the work of the farmer. Huh. That's very interesting. Our system administrator, are you asking me if I'm a system admin? No, I'm not. How fast can you spell Gabe owners? Not sure. You're referring to Gabe Newell? Life lessons. Yes, I have a good life lesson for you right now. This has to do with the stressful stuff I had to deal with over the past week. I'm gonna make a video on. Sometimes you have some information that you think is accurate, but it isn't. Haha, no one expected a bonus donation. Birdie, oh my god, man. That's true. No one was expecting a Polish donation. Oh my god, that's funny. I forget to do the little thing. There you go. Burr, 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 burr. Yeah, so sometimes you have information and it's inaccurate, but you think it's accurate and it's not worth checking. Whenever you're in that position, you should double check that information because it might just save you a lot of time and money and pain. Be very careful with what you take for granted. Be so careful with that because things that you take for granted will sometimes mess you up in ways that you don't necessarily understand or are able to foresee. There you go. There's a life lesson for you right there. I'm being a little bit mysterious and vague, but I will make a video about it soon. I'm nerding out right now, but Baba Is You is epic puzzle game as well. Baba Is You. What? And I like the art style. Baba Is You. Interesting. I'll put it on the list. Because the games that I'm going to play on here have to be like Autismo adjacent. So I think a lot of Minecraft puzzle games, Factorial, base management type stuff. Although I would love to play the Oblivion remake. Who knows? We'll see. How do you remember all the key bindings in NeoVim? It's not difficult. All you have to do is learn them progressively. So when you're getting into NeoVim or Vim to begin with, it's very overwhelming. There are so many key bindings. It's crazy. You shouldn't have to learn all of them at once. You should really take it one step at a time. So like learn DW first, like for motions, right? Learn DW, and then learn the patterns. I have a place on my channel where you can check them out, but you can build upon knowledge do you have, right? So D stands for delete, and then you have around and inside, A and I, and you can do, okay, so DAW stands for delete around word, DIW is delete inside word. So if you understand the basics, the basic motions or operators, you can then combine those to make really complex motions. So you have to do it one step at a time. Don't try to learn too many at once. Are you secretly a femboy? I think I've reached femboy death because I'm 34. But I have a channel from back in the day about cameras and filmmaking, where if you check out my oldest video on it, I was kind of peak femboy, not intentionally, I just had those features. Any game from Zachtronics is super autistic. Check out TIS 100. Yeah, I own all the autistic video games from Zachtronics. I need to start playing them on stream. I learned as I go with NeoVim. I'm using IDE right now though. NVim is an IDE. But yes, that's how you do it. You have to do it as you go. You can't try to learn everything at once. It doesn't work. And this applies to everything, by the way. Learning to program. You can't learn how to program all at once. You have to learn it in chunks. Even playing video games, right? You have to take, like a tutorial for a video game, introduces you to concepts in the game slowly, step by step. It doesn't just dump everything on screen. Do you have any experience with assembly language, and what advice would you give to someone just starting out? I do. I'm learning. I'm studying the 6502 microprocessor right now. It's the CPU for the Atari 2600. The advice that I just starting out: don't be overwhelmed with too many, because there is no assembly language. It's multiple flavors essentially, and you might have a difficult time figuring out which one should you learn. ARM, should you learn x86, should you learn 32-bit, 64-bit? Just pick one and get started, because they're all pretty much the same thing with just slight differences. So don't worry too much about that. Make sure you have some sort of way to emulate the program. Make sure you have a compiler and you can execute what's happening. Learn about GDB so that you can actually view what's happening in memory as you program. Learning Vim bindings is frustrating when you have actual work to do. Yes, like if you're trying to, what most people do is they stay in VS Code, but they learn the bindings in their spare time, and then there's a crossover point where you get so good at it that you can just switch over. Vim feels too different. I guess. NeoVim has a bunch of stuff on top of it, essentially, on top of Vim. Better to pick a weak and hard switch. Yeah, you can do that as well. If you have a week off from work. I learned it not even from programming. I learned it by typing in it, because I write my I learned how to use Vim before I started writing my first novel, but I write my novels in NeoVim. And so just writing prose, writing emails using that helps a lot. And NeoVim doesn't have to be an IDE. True, I don't really use it as an IDE. I've disabled a lot of that stuff. I like a very clean, minimal environment. Doom Emacs is the Dark Souls of text editor operating system. I think Bash Bunny just made a video on it. I want to look at Emacs at some point. I'm not like Vim or nothing. You could always use Emacs with Vim bindings, evil mode as they call it. Just use VI syntax highlighting. Highlighting is for the weak. I don't know. I do like a bit of highlighting. I'll be honest. I like highlighting. That is a luxury that I will partake in. Speak machine. Can you explain the meaning? Yes. Because the channel is generally about technology. The idea is, machine, speak to me. Open yourself up. Reveal your secrets to me. That is the meaning of it. It was supposed to be speak computer originally, but it doesn't flow quite as well as speak machine. Sexy buzz cut. Thank you. The sexy part only applies if you have a nice shaped head. Because a buzz cut is just a buzz cut. You just have to have, if you have a nicely shaped head, it becomes a sexy buzz cut. I recently stopped using syntax highlighting and it made no difference. Literally just bright colors for babies. Maybe. I mean, I don't use linters. I basically just use like Vim with syntax highlighting essentially, and I like Telescope. I mean, NeoVim is basically the only reason why. Telescope is basically the only reason why I use NeoVim. So, yeah, I mean, I might try out no syntax highlighting, but the thing is, if you make content, it might be a better idea to actually have some syntax highlighting, just because the people watching might find it difficult to follow along. Your education background and work experience. I attended university for music production. I wish I would have done computer science, but here we are. I then worked as a sound engineer for years. I then transitioned into video editing. I also worked in IT. But I started learning how to program when I was about 7. So, yeah, it's been kind of a passion over the years. And free references, I'm not sure what that means, SS Low. Do you know Rene Reb, the maintainer of T2SDE, the Linux distro that supports most CPU platforms? He has a YT channel. He will probably be down for an interview. I do not know who that is, but I will look them up. Say I'm alive, oh my god. Huh? I mean, I am alive. So are you. You can have LSP without highlighting. I don't think you'd miss it at all. I don't even have an LSP. I don't use an LSP. I want the experience to be a little bit Spartan. Renee is goated. Okay, cool. I need to look up who that person is. Favorite programming language? It would have to be C. I've tried plenty over the years. I did BASIC back in the day. I did Pascal, goated language, as the cool kids say nowadays. I did Visual Basic. I did some C back in the day. Then I did Python. I did some Java. I did Ruby. But C, there's just something about C, even though it's more difficult to use than most languages. It doesn't hold your hand. It lets you make mistakes. Sometimes you run into an issue that would be so easy to do in Python or Ruby, but it would be a lot more inefficient to do, and you wouldn't be exposed to the underlying machinery. And so that's why I like C. It's kind of, C is the portable assembly, essentially. Because I mentioned earlier that assembly is different based on CPU architecture. Well, C essentially unifies all of that. Have you looked at the Omarchi Discord instead of the web app? I don't really, I mean, I have a Discord. I just use it to talk to Sylvan. So I've never been on the Omarchi Discord, no. Renee is type of a guy who will raw dog a Linux drive in VI without syntax highlighting and without looking up anything. That sounds pretty amazing. I think we need to get this person on. Not having go-to definition is just pointless, IMO. I mean, I just don't use go-to definition. I just try and keep the context in my mind. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. At least for learning and for recreational stuff, I don't really need to use go-to definition. But, I mean, in a professional context, maybe. Do you think LLMs can be useful? I can only think about them as a toy. Everything it does can be replaced with good programming. Yeah, I pretty much view LLMs as a toy. The problem is that they're just not reliable and they're super expensive and they make you worse as an engineer the more you use them. I think they can be useful. I think that, for example, a use for a local LLM would be to fuzzy find something on my machine. So if I want to find some text in my Obsidian repo, whatever it's called, Vault, sometimes I can't remember the exact terms that I used. And so even fuzzy find doesn't work. So like an LLM fuzzy find might be a really interesting use of it. Especially if you're raw dogging programming, being able to quickly go to defs and refs is so valuable. Well, I can grep my way around. I can just use Telescope to jump around files, and then I can just search for stuff inside the files. I get it. It's just I don't see a value personally. A company's over investing in AI, or is it a long-term trend? If you were starting from scratch in 2026, how would you become an IT sector professional? So I think companies may be over investing. There's this meme that people have, this impression that people think that rich people are super smart. And that's just not how it works. Many people get rich because of circumstances, their family, etc. I don't think many of the people investing in AI right now know what they're doing. I think that they've just been sold an idea, and it's a very convincing idea. And we've been prepped for decades for this idea. So that's what might be happening. If I were to start from scratch 2026, how would I don't know, probably the same. I don't think it matters. I think that being a good engineer is as relevant as ever, maybe if not more relevant. If I were to start programming right now for the first time, I would just try to become a good engineer, because you can learn AI very quickly. If you want to learn Claude Code, this isn't like a month-long slog. It's like a Sunday afternoon. And so I would just become a good engineer. I would ignore the noise and the hype. I would just try and become a good engineer and try to just learn as much as I can. And if you have to use AI tools for work, then you have to, and that's just how it is. LLMs are pretty good for learning new stuff. I don't want to sit and read the data sheets all day. Well, LLMs aren't very reliable in my experience. That's the problem. I can't trust them for learning anything. And plus, you're not learning per se, you're being exposed to information faster, which is not the same thing. Less lemons, harder squeeze, all that's change is not going to get better. I assume, hello Scratcher, I assume that's to do with the companies and LLMs. Maybe. That's an interesting idea if that's the case. Hackathons these days are just people using AI and making slop. Do you think they have lost their credibility? I mean, if you already know what you're doing, I get why you'd want to use these tools. But if you're just learning, if you want to get good, like me, like I'm trying to get really good, right? I'm not saying I'm good. Then using AI might work against you. Even for the very knowledgeable people, using AI might work against them, because they might be forgetting things that they ought not to forget. Same with CTFs. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone's using AI for CTFs now. If I'm using a function from a standard lib, I don't want to find where the language is installed on my machine and grep through it. Yeah, I mean that could be a legitimate use for it. Investors are too lazy to learn the truth, and we are living hell because of them. It sucks. The problem is that up until fairly recently, anything that you could invest in was easy to understand. Like 100 years ago, if you wanted to invest in a lumber mill, anyone can understand how a lumber mill works. They just cut lumber for various uses. Or you make shoes, or you make cars, right? Like, these things are a lot easier to understand. AI is an order of magnitude above all of that. Most people do not have the knowledge or the hardware required to fully understand how machine learning works. For most people, you might as well just replace AI with magic. And when you add the decades of mental preparation for this from science fiction, then you get the current situation. To all people that ask how to become good at X, have you considered that by doing X you get better at X? Crazy concept, I know. It's true. You should just get started. Just pick something, anything. There is no optimal project to get started on because, well, fundamentally, we are all at different stages. A project that is good for me may not be good for you. I'm working on a spell checker because that's the stage that I'm currently at. This might be too difficult for you, or it might be too easy for you. So what to do is not a very useful question because it depends. I can give you pointers, but you have to figure out a direction for yourself. Why do companies expect engineer to have so many skills before entering the industry? Yeah, it's skill inflation. It's just how it is now, right? Like, because there's so many engineers, because people learned how to code, they can be picky. So in 2019, I was offered a machine learning position in C++ by the CEO of the company in person because I casually mentioned to him that I did C back in the day. He said, do you want a job? Do you want a job right now? I'll pay you right now. Because there was a shortage of developers back in 2019. That changed. So now the companies can be very picky. This is a problem if you're just in it for the money, because you just have to learn more and more. However, if you're autistically interested in programming, then it's just a bit more difficult, and that's really the only difference. I'm very curious about model drift and model collapse. Open models need constant maintenance as well. I'm curious what will happen after a balloon pops. Model drift and collapse are very interesting. I don't think most people even know about model drift and model collapse. Not to mention the fact that I think that poisoning data will just become a lot more prevalent going forward. I'm pretty sure that almost every artist is now poisoning their data. So it's difficult to know what's going to happen. It depends on how much money there will be in these models. As long as there's money in them, they will be maintained. Otherwise, the engineering inflation is due to COVID overhiring. Changed my mind. That is an aspect of it, yes. There were a lot of people hired during COVID, and a lot of people learned how to code during COVID. I personally know multiple examples of these people. I mean, they all learned JavaScript, but you know. So that is even if it's just like, they don't need good engineers, they just need numbers. So if they have numbers, they can then say, hey, look, we have 1,000 people applying. You better know more. Even if none of them are qualified, they can still use that to pressure you to ask for more. There wasn't overhiring. There's less jobs in industry than any other point of time. Jobs are bad metrics. Not all jobs are equal. Compare jobs where a grad makes 50K USD with 100K USD entry. There are fewer junior jobs available as well. My suspicion is because companies want to see what's going to happen with the models, so they don't want to overhire juniors if they can just replace the juniors with LLMs. That's what they're hoping to do. I think that as this gets proven to be false, as it turns out that they do need engineers, there might be a renaissance in terms of hiring juniors. Rip boot camp to 6 figs. Yeah, that's over. No 6 figs for college grads either. Boomers messed it for all. It's just how it is. We just have to adapt. We can be angry about it, but what can we do? Dear 34-year-old boomer, I really do care about internet and its future. I already see my national firewall blocking half the sites. It will be worse. Yeah, I think the internet's going to be a lot less free going forward. That's a problem for everyone. It's a problem if you want to consume content, and it's a problem if you make content. Because of course, if every country blocks like most websites, then what can you do? Although the firewalls will likely be multipolar, right? So, for example, I think that the world will just divide into like 2 spheres. You might have like Russia and China on one side, and then like the US and the Western world on the other. And it might just be the case that we'll just have different internet. I don't think like Germany is going to block YouTube, for example. Although Russia might, I don't know. I don't think YouTube is blocked in Russia because T-sorting streams. I don't know. What do you think about competitive programming, code forces in general? I think it's interesting. I don't know that it makes you a better programmer necessarily. I think it makes you a better puzzle solver. Not necessarily the same thing. Although if you have the TISM, then competitive programming can be quite fun. I'm throwing my resignation letter in my employer after 3.5 years in a Fortune 500 company. I'm trying now something on my own. I'm telling it here so you will keep me accountable. Have fun. I wish you all the best. I mean, you can, obviously for every video that I make, I have a pinned comment. You can tell me how it's going in the pinned comment of new videos. And the streams, of course. But what do you want to do on your own? I mean, if companies switch to open source models, they need to update their models time to time. Someone needs to know what he's doing to update the models. Yes, but you'd need to be a knowledgeable executive to know this. And most executives just aren't technical, so they don't know. They just think LLMs are magic, they work like magic, and that's just how it is. Many companies will have to pay the price for this lack of knowledge. Internet peaked, it needs to get back to its roots. Yeah, I mean, the internet is getting worse in many ways. I really enjoy the live streaming and content aspect of YouTube, as long as it's man-made, or human-made specifically. I don't want streaming to go away. I'm really enjoying I really love doing this, like live streaming right now. This is so enjoyable for me. Everything is enshittified, but only works because people tolerate it, pay for it. Germany wouldn't, but EU would. Yeah, that's true. Everything is enshittified because people put up with it. However, if every company produces slop, what are you going to do? Who are you going to go to? Right? I mean, I think that relationships between the EU and US would have to get really bad for the EU to ban YouTube. YouTube is blocked in Russia. Okay, I thought that might be the case, but I wasn't sure. Competitive programming would do you 100x better than using LLMs to code. Yeah, of course. I mean, LLMs actively damage your programming skills. Love this new look. Your long white hair is badass too, no matter what you look. And act like a baller, G. Never change your laugh. Thanks. I think I'm gonna grow my hair back. I cut it down because my hair's thinning at the crown here. But I think that might be a look. I think that might give me aura if I have long white hair with like a cute little bald spot. That might be funny if I do that. I'm doing bug bounties on IoT devices. I'm going to analyze traffic today of a device that I'm working for and see if the certs are pinned. If they are, I'm going to dump firmware and try to mod it. Bug bounties are always interesting. Don't people often get scammed with bug bounties? Isn't that a common meme? Like you submit the information and the company goes, not going to pay you. Does focusing on one skill like X help you learn better? How do you keep improving and avoid distractions from new trends? I think that you should just really understand foundational stuff because everything else is built upon it. That's what I'm doing. I'm learning 50-year-old technology right now. Like no one's gonna hire me to write assembly for the 6502 microprocessor, but all technology is based on previous tech. And so if you really understand the basics, the foundational stuff, then you can just build on top of that, whatever you need to build on top of it. Turkey blocked Wikipedia and YouTube in the past. We can do it again anytime, LMAO. Yeah, but again, Turkey is generally, in my impression, in the Russia-China camp. I think the world might be splitting into two hemispheres in that regard. I have a suspicion that the internet will definitely follow those lines. So you'll have like BRICS internet and like Western internet. That's probably what's going to happen. That's going to be very unfortunate, but it's probably what's going to happen. Luke Smith, you might have a tight scalp though. Try pinching it, massaging it to restore hairs and blood flow. Yes, I am doing that. So I'm doing like every day, I'm doing like this, pinching it like that. And then I'm doing like, I'm doing this for like 10, 15 minutes each. And it does feel kind of tight, and I think that might be the reason. It is a problem, but I have trust to the people that fund this bounty, plus it's crowdfunded. Oh, okay, then that's fine. It's just because I was looking at bounties out of curiosity, and there were just so many horror stories of you find an issue and the company goes, actually, nah, it's not serious enough. But then they quietly patch it afterwards and they don't give you anything. How can you handle live streaming on YouTube and stay confident while talking to many people? Well, you should have seen the live stream yesterday where I was live streaming in front of thousands of people IRL who were walking past and looking at me. Practice is a part of it. Not thinking about the people watching is another part of it. Also, like I treat chat almost like I'm talking to a single person. Maybe that helps mentally, I don't know. When I was a teenager, I've told this story before on my interview with Sylvan that I did initially. But my crush, when I was in school, my crush asked me out on a date. And I freaked out. I went, I don't know. And I turned around and walked away. The look of disappointment on her face is forever etched in my mind. I remember I was like 12 or something. I remember being at home and I was in bed. I was staring at the ceiling and I was hating myself very intensely. And I decided that I should do something about it. And so I found this like boot camp thing like on the internet, where it was like, oh, you had challenges to do over multiple weeks. So, for example, the first challenge was to so the first challenge was talk to an old lady on the street, because an old lady is the least threatening version of a woman. Just say hello to her, or good day, or have a little chat with her. And I did it, and it felt incredible. And I thought, okay, I should do the next challenge, which was ask a woman like a random question on the street, right? And it got progressively more hard, up until the final challenge was approach a group of girls that you don't know and talk to them on the street. And I did it, and I was so scared, because I thought they're gonna like spit on me or something. They're gonna laugh at me, but they didn't. They were nice and kind and polite, and we had a fun little chat, and then I bailed. So, and then I continued to do this. This is a very autistic way of viewing human interaction, of course. But I did this for years in my teens. I kind of stopped doing it in my late teens. And I think that really gave me the kind of confidence to do this. Because live streaming in front of thousands of people as they walk past you is not that different from the pressure that you feel approaching a stranger in public and doing it in front of other people as well. So I think that unironically helped me a lot. Is it really possible to split the internet into separate parts? Russia tried to do with its sovereign internet and utterly failed, as tech enthusiasts bring tools to bypass censorship to the masses. It depends on how hard they wanna enforce this. If it's possible that they just don't care if like a handful of autists have access to the wide internet. So as long as most people don't. Don't do bounties for MS, they will scam you. I've heard about the recent thing with Microsoft. Was crazy about bug bounty. Yeah, I was thinking about that when I said it. You are our crush. Thank you. Once I get the long hair again, I'll be even more handsome. Why would you fear a woman? She is max 155 pounds, weak, untrained. Well, what should do fight you? It's not like a physical threat. It's more of a social threat. It's you're afraid of being ridiculed. You're afraid of being laughed at. That was because I was terrified of talking to girls. I was just kind of I was tall and handsome, but also autistic. So it was a very interesting combination. Are you aware of the flatness of the earth? Yes, I am. Did you know I actually went to ChatGPT and I said, because I was going to use a meme, flat earth meme in a video, and I said, can you generate me a flat earth meme? And it said, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't possibly spread misinformation. And I said, it's literally a joke. I don't believe in the flat earth. And they're like, even so, sorry, I can't spread misinformation. I'm sorry. Bro. You still are tall and handsome. Thank you. It's very kind. I'm working on becoming even more handsome. Not even more tall. I'm happy with being 6'4" or whatever. I don't even know. It doesn't really matter. But I'm working on becoming healthier and thus handsomer. The worst thing she can say is, you get away from me and don't even dare speak to me again. Yes, however, I grew up in a very small town. And so failing that kind of thing in a small town gets around very quickly. That's why it was a lot scarier. How do you balance work and rest? Do you ever work very long hours? I used to work very long hours. I've changed my tune. I don't think it was very productive to do so, generally speaking. Hello, Ansh. I try to rest really hard when I do rest. I try and stay away from video games when I rest. I try to spend time in nature when I rest. I find forests to be very to help me recharge. They help me recharge quite a lot. So I when I work hard. I get stuff done and then I rest. And sometimes with my clients, with my video editing, sometimes they have to travel, and so they'll send me stuff in advance. And so if I can do the videos in advance, which it's more efficient to do videos in advance if you have them already, because I work in layers, whatever, efficiency, right? When that happens, I get to do a bunch of videos in advance, and then I have like sometimes even like a couple of weeks off, 2, 3, 4 weeks off. But I still got paid for that work, right? So that's, whenever that happens, that's pretty beautiful. Yo, Speak Machine, hello, BTKB, hello. We have a channel member present. He is gracing us with our presence. You are a GigaChat, I believe. It doesn't tell me, but I know you're a GigaChat member. Hello. Rant Maxa, yes, I do like talking. I think that every content creator is a little bit of a narcissist, or some, I don't know, some form of that, because I really enjoy this. I really enjoy talking and having people ask me questions. It's incredibly addictive. All bow down to the GigaChat. Yes. Bow down. It's so addictive to do this. It's incredible. Like when I did the first live stream in the Finnish forest, like I didn't expect. I thought maybe like 2 people might show up, and it was unannounced, but people just showed up and we were chatting. How is your programming journey going? It's going very well. I'm working on a few different things. I'm continuing to study every day. I'm advancing my knowledge of mathematics as well. But right now I have some time off coming up, and I really want to finish my next science fiction book. That's my current priority right now. From someone who had experience working 14 hours a day, never neglect your sleep and physical health. When you work a lot, you let yourself sleep this 8-9 hours, at least walk for an hour. Otherwise, your productivity will decrease anyways. That's the mistake that I made. That's how I got fat. So I quit my retail job because I landed freelance clients. And I worked a lot, and I procrastinated a lot as well, which led to me working on videos at like 4 in the morning. And when it's 4 in the morning and your sleep schedule is a mess, your eating schedule is a mess, when that happens, you tend to order McDonald's at 4 in the morning, which I did a few times. And I kept doing this, and eventually I got very fat. And now I'm fixing this, but it took a lot of effort. I wish I would have just worked more efficiently, worked fewer hours, and focused more on retaining my health. But that's difficult to sell to a broke 26-year-old. W cult of personality, Luke Smith becoming more and more like Ceausescu. Tovarzysz. Oh my god. Casually being compared to a man who deleted hundreds of thousands of people. What do you usually do in your daily routine? Do you watch short videos or reels to release stress? I genuinely don't go anywhere reels or shorts. No, I will make them for people who watch them sometimes. I don't go anywhere near short form content. I stay in my mind a lot. I watch very long form stuff. I will sometimes play video games, but I don't watch short form. That stuff is not good for you. It will destroy your attention span. It will make you a bit of a silly sausage. And so I try and stay away from it. Like I'll make shorts to attract the people who are brain rotted. And then I hopefully I fix their mind. Shorts aren't good for you. They're just not. Otherwise, my daily routine, I like freedom maxing. I don't have a fixed routine. I try and do things when or how I feel like it. Generally speaking, my routine is something like wake up relatively early, not at noon, not at 3 a.m. It's like relatively early. I might do some work immediately, get started with work. Around noon, I might go for a walk, go get some food, go exploring. I like if I can finish my client work before noon. That's always good. I'll go out and explore, walk around, film some videos. More recently, do live streams. And then in the evening, I'll come back. I'll edit my videos. I'll do some reading, some studying. Whenever I do have some social stuff, like if I go on a date or something, I'll try and fit that kind of in the noon / like afternoon / evening period. That's generally what my days look like. But they can fluctuate based on need, based on projects. Birdie, I will go away now. You will miss me. That's good. See ya, Birdie. Thank you so much, man. The donations were peak. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But I think I need to go as well because I'm almost at 10% battery and it's not good. How to find freedom and fresh air in a brutalist city? By leaving. Unironically, I grew up in a fairly brutalist city as well. You just have to kind of find the beauty in that is there, because there is always some beauty. You find the beauty, and if you can, you leave. I mean, every city has beautiful and ugly parts. Even I'm in Porto right now. It's very beautiful, but there are some parts of it that are just very, very ugly, just like any other big city. Can't leave. That's unfortunate. In that case, remember that your perception of reality is entirely in your mind. You have a lot more control over it than you think you do. You choose how to perceive reality. So that would be my advice to you. Try and zoom out, get out of your head, and realize that you have more control over your perception than you realize that you do. What is the impact of Claude Code? Are you a Claude user? I am not a Claude user. The impact of Claude Code is there's more slop on the internet than ever before. I need to head off, but I just want to say before I leave you, your channel has been really amazing and I'm so happy I found it. I've been in the software business for about 10 years now. It's really refreshing to see somebody with your mindset, and I really hope your channel gets the attention it deserves. Been reading science fiction, finished the Murderbot series, recommend it to anybody. That means a lot, thank you. Like, people don't realize just how cool it is to read stuff like that. I really appreciate that. Also, check out my science fiction, it's on GitHub. You seem very mature and in control. Is that from experience or did someone teach you? I've had I've had a hard life. And so that will make you mature very quickly. I was very mature even as a kid. So experience is a part of it, although learning, you can also learn it a lot. To anyone watching, I would recommend reading the Enchiridion of Epictetus, which is like the Stoic Bible. There is a lot of wisdom in a very short book. If you look it up on YouTube, it's a 45-minute video audio book on YouTube. It is incredibly dense, full of gold. Every page is full of gold. Are you familiar with the grudge building in Portugal? No. Portugal grudge building. What is that? Nothing specific shows up. Portugal has a lot of very beautiful buildings, but just like any other city, I'm in Porto right now. Just like with any other city, there's fluctuation, right? Like there's a variation. Some buildings are pretty, some are not. But as a rule, generally the buildings are quite pretty. But guys, I have to go because my phone's about to die. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. If you have, can we get some ones in the chat? There we go. I'll start. I really enjoyed it, so I'll do a one in the chat. Can we get some ones in the chat? Tell me if you've enjoyed it. Tell me if you like this format. Just funny little buildings. Two brothers had a property. Nothing came up when I looked it up though. But Ansh with the one, fantastic. And they split it 1/3 and 2/3. Stream delayed. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay. But I haven't heard of that building. No, that sounds kind of interesting though. How would you even is it kind of like this or something? I don't know. But Matt, guys, thank you so much for watching. Guys and girls, maybe, question mark. Probably like 2 girls watching this, who knows. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to do many more of these. We're going to do video games, we're going to do Minecraft, we're going to do Factorio, Oxygen Not Included, programming video games, more IRL streams as well, and more content. This is going to be fantastic. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess.